Welcome, Soaring Hammer members, YouTube fans, and Mandalorian Mercs, Fall First members, Rebel Legion members. For anybody, and Randall and Kate's. All right, so today we're going over the hopefully a good example of the Jedi Hunter Brigade. It's a new brigade beginning. Check out the thread. It's still not official. There's a lot of things we're working on, but hopefully y'all can look at this kit and say, all right, so that's the basics. Remember the basics for the Jedi Hunter. So anyway, first thing I want to start off with is I have the Assassin helmet. Okay, this is a Delta Squad Boss Assassin helmet. You'll be seeing more of these coming shortly, medium and large. So the Assassin helmet, to me, is a must for this kit because it is an Assassin. Modern era, right now we're hearing any modern era helmet will work. Anyway, onward. Okay, so we're gonna start from the neck on down. Sounds good to me. The neck armor that I'm wearing is Beskar woven. Okay, Beskar woven material is not as strong as actual Beskar armor, but it still does the job. You don't want to look like Jango Fett and be decapitated. So you see how high my armor goes. The neck seal goes all the way around the neck, and it covers all up to the chin. When I wear the helmet, you can see it covers everything up. Okay, so that protects the neck. When you do your weathering on all your armor, make sure you do lightsaber, what do they call them, blast marks? Scorch marks. Lightsaber scorch marks, because the lightsaber will not melt through the Beskar, but it will leave a mark. You can chip your paint, you can weather your paint, but do not dent or burn into your armor. Okay. Next, we're going to get into covered neck seal. All the chest armor is actually Beskar chest armor, along with the back armor is also Beskar. You'll notice I have the shoulders and the biceps. The biceps have been known to be an important one to add because of what they call the 9 laws.
Yeah, 9 points.
9 points of a Jedi. It's one of the areas I'll go for, so it is one of the areas that I cover as far as my armor goes. The duster itself you see me wearing is a Beskar woven duster. All right, I have the duster, therefore I did not go with a jetpack, but I'll get more into that in a second. Okay, so I get the Beskar woven. That'll take a few hits. It helps. You'll feel the blunt force of the lightsaber, but it won't cut you apart. All right. Next, we're going to get into is the gauntlets. The gauntlets are kind of special for me. I have my right gauntlet, which controls two things. It controls my flamethrower, and it also controls my boots. And I'll get more into the boots in a second. But I have it marked over here, enter and cancel. And it's the number 7975. Some scorch marks on it. The cable hose runs all the way up to the backpack or back plate. Next we're going to get into is my left gauntlet. The left gauntlet is very blah, very plain. But the left gauntlet, if you notice the difference between the right has got worn off paint, and you see almost a metal underneath it, whereas the right does not have the weathering. The left does not have any weathering. I think I tried to say weathering and right at the same time, I said white. Anyway, so this does not have weathering on it. As far as silver, it's got more of a black underneath it because it's an ore. This is the Cortosis ore gauntlet. Very fragile piece of armor to choose, but it serves its purpose because it's my defensive arm. So you have my offensive arm here, and then my defensive arm. And with my defensive arm, I block a lightsaber with this gauntlet, which covers all the way up to the elbow. It might, off the first hit, you might get 2 hits out of it, but you won't need 2 hits since you're fighting 2 Jedi. It'll probably take the 2 hits, but this will shatter. So make sure you have replacements as far as the Cortosis ore goes, because it will break. But it will serve its purpose because the Cortosis ore will short out a lightsaber, leaving the Jedi one weaponless. Now we're going to get into other weapons that I carry on my kit. I'm sorry, let's get on to the gloves. And these gloves are special gloves. They're actually called gaunts. These are crush gaunts. If you look up Wiki, okay, it has a picture of these style gloves on the Wikipedia. You're going to use the police riot gloves is what I use. You have spikes, 4 spikes along the knuckles, and you'll have metal studs along the glove, top and bottom. Okay, so you see how I have them all on there? And this one goes all the way around and also has it underneath the gauntlet as well. So they are the crush gaunts. Crush gaunts, now what the Mandalorians use for crush gaunts for is, one, they can catch a lightsaber and it won't burn through. So you actually use your hands against a lightsaber in a Jedi. 2, lost my train of thought. So you can catch a lightsaber, plus it gives you more strength. There's somewhat like a robotic glove, in a sense that you can crush skulls with this, and throats and faces and who knows other kind of bones. But you can actually crush bones with these. So it makes your hands stronger and you're able to catch a lightsaber or block a lightsaber. You can see my scorch mark here, lined up with my helmet scorch mark. They come down, they hit my head, and I block like this, hit the glove, which leaves this void spot all through here, and then hit the rest of the armor coming down this way. So it's kind of a defensive wound, or defensive scorch mark between the helmet. Anyway, onward. Next we get to some more weapons that I choose to use. A blaster. A blaster is your up close and personal weapon. If I haven't mentioned this before, the flamethrower is your weapon to keep your Jedi at bay, keep them further away. Mounted right here, I actually have the HE. It's a Mandalorian HE, which is a high explosive frag grenade, and it's also marked with the yellow stripe, which is the color code that I recommended. It's not the official one yet, but it's one I recommended, doing a letter and color code to mark your grenades. On the back side, I have a sonic grenade. Alright, the sonic grenade is more of an electronic grenade, leaves off a very high-pitched noise. It actually will deafen them for a few minutes. If we want to grab that, thank you. It will deafen them, and it will also disorient them and affect their muscles as well. So the sonic grenade is a really good grenade you can use. There are other grenades like smoke grenades, EMP grenades, you name it. There's a bunch of grenades out there. The sonic grenade is actually marked with a big S on it, in Mandalorian of course, but an S, and it's marked with white. Next we're going to get into are some war trophies. As you can see, I have my cod here, which is Beskar, and then we have some war trophies, which really signifies being a Jedi Hunter. And I have the Padawan braids, poor Padawans, and I have the 6 lightsabers, some in better shape than others. And also something I want to point out too is, see this one right here in particular, look at the crystal, red crystal. So I also have taken out some Sith as well along the way. Next we're going to get into the knees. The knees are the Beskar knees. See a scorch mark right there. Okay. And next is probably my newest favorite piece to my kit, and that is actually my my boots, which are jet boots. And you can see I still have the mobility of the normal boots. They theoretically have 2 jet blasters on the bottom, and then one on the back side for stability. The blue lights are the fuel. It's like a fuel gauge. And then you have the fuel tank on the back side with a hose leading down to the exhaust. And then you have the igniter on the inside of each of the boots. Most people talk about the igniter on the outside so they don't hit one another. But I wouldn't want the igniter to be hit by a Jedi lightsaber, because they are Beskar boots, so I can use them to block if they go low. And I just want to make sure that they don't hit the igniter. On the front, they are also got a metal plate in the front. And so this pretty much, I have, Duster was the Beskar woven, covered that. The boots is a cross up between, it's mandatory, you have to have either a jetpack or the jet boots. The reason being is you need to be able to get away fast from a Jedi. Awesome example was one of the guys, actually a few of the guys pointed out the part where Obi-Wan comes out of the elevator and Jango pulls a blaster and starts shooting at him, and Obi just comes at him. You know, he's using what, Form 3?
Form 3.
Using Form 3,
Sort of.
blocking all the blasters, you know. You can't stop that. So at that point, Jango uses his jetpack to step literally up and back away as he's blasting at him to keep him at bay, and then re-strategize his attack plan. So it's primarily not to attack, but to escape or retreat or back up a little bit. The things to keep in mind when you're doing your Jedi Hunter is there are many different weapons you can use, types of grenades. You can use cortosis daggers. You can use cortosis daggers. You can use, which are, keep at least 3, because they break easy, but once again, they defeat the lightsaber, or short it out anyway. You can use other blasters mounted to your armor. Kate's recommended maybe even doing a shoulder or bicep mounted blaster and using, what was it, the pike?
Saber pike to control the blade, make sure it doesn't cut you, you keep it still, and once you get them in a locked position, that blaster comes out and their face is right there.
So there you go. It's not what weapons you use, it's the order of weapons. Some people, combination, thank you, of weapons. Some people want to have heavy armor Mando against the Jedi. Great. You have pros and cons to that. You have sniper Mandos, so you probably need less armor. Snipers are always good to have. My particular Jedi Hunter is not. He's more of a face-to-face, urban style, if you want to call it that, an urban style Mando, because I'm not all camouflaged for my terrain. I'm pretty much out in the open saying, well, let's go, you know.
Wild West style.
Right. Very cocky, as you can see. This character is very cocky. Do not think about, one of the biggest things they talk about is don't have a plan. I know it sounds stupid, but Jedi can foresee your moves a little bit ahead of you. So if you think things through ahead of time, you'll probably know what you're going to do. Do a surprise attack. Key thing is keep them at bay if they're up close. Make sure you're really good with your hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Jango started getting his butt kicked by Obi-Wan Kenobi, but
if you're close,
finally came back.
Really close.
Yeah, if you're gonna get close, yeah, you're right. Be real close.
Yeah.
Other things that you can do, maybe some gravity boots. You can add magnets or industrial magnets or some form of gravity boot to your jet boots as well to help when you're on some form of a ship or something. To keep your feet planted to kind of prevent a force push.
Lack of gravity or defending against force push, or if you're on uneven terrain like Jango and Obi-Wan sliding down the side of
exactly.
Jango stayed where it was, Obi-Wan fell.
Ditch the cord.
Huh?
Ditch the cord.
Ditch the cord. That metal freaking cord that they use, both Jango used and Boba used. Look, they tried using the stupid cord on the Jedi and both of them failed. He was doing alright, Jango was doing alright until he went to lasso Obi-Wan's hands. He pulled down. Once he yanked him out of the air, his jetpack hit the ground, shot off and blew up. And then it was all downhill from there. Then you got Boba, who flies down from big ship to little ship. He pulls his blaster, I'm gonna take you out, Luke Skywalker. Luke chops his blaster in half. And he's like, oh no, my blaster's chopped in half. And he shoots him with the metal rope, wire, whatever it is. Wraps around Luke pretty good. He's got him all tied up like a little fish in the net. And then, what happens? A freak accident.
Yeah, someone shoots a skiff.
Someone shoots a skiff. And then Han Solo has a staff in his hand, turns.
Blind turn
at that, and hits the jetpack of Boba, and it detonates or ignites the rocket, and he takes off and doesn't die though.
Because there's a big broad jetpack right on the back as opposed to
on the jet boots on. and also your balance, I think, is a lot better not having a heavy pack. Point being, PMCS, pre-maintenance checks and services. Check your damn equipment so you don't look like Django and Bolo. Alright, so that, check the thread on mandalorinworks.com for other criteria, and then hopefully I meet the requirements to be the first official Jedi Hunter. If not, I'll keep upgrading until I do. I made a lot of upgrades. I've changed my crush guns from normal gloves, different flamethrower, along with the cortosis. I added the bicep armor, changed the knees some, added the jet
Portion to the
boots, and changed the girth belt to a water belt, added the grenades, and added all my scorch marks for the lightsaber.
And the biceps.
Yes, this is the biceps.
Okay.
So I think that about covers it. So it's Ithaca from StormingHammer.com, FileFirst.com, and RandallWorks.com, RebelLegion.com. Got Randall over here and Kate's here. Remember, if we can do it, dude, it's up to you.
Alright.
You know it's just gonna be the light.
Recording.
Right? Are you recording now?
Yeah, I'm
we're
recording.
just getting a small video on how the lights look on the gym boots.
This is with the duster on.
With the duster on. I am like a low profile car with my street glow on them. Low, right, low. And then of course, I'm gonna flash real quick.
Nice. Nice.
Alright.
Cool.
Well, that's the next shot. Here we go.